there were these packages or letters that were sent out with anthrax. Anthrax is a highly toxic chemical that when you inhale it is almost always fatal. And we are back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, people. You know, it helps us out. And of course, it helps you because it helps us. Now, y'all, a very serious story regarding Fani Willis today. There has been a suspicious powder that was found at her office, and it prompted an evacuation of the office. Let's read. Part of an Atlanta courthouse was evacuated on Friday after a package or letter with white powder was delivered to the office of Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis. Firefighters determined 30 minutes after a hazardous materials response began that the powder was a starch or salt and not harmful, said Atlanta Fire Rescue Battalion Chief Ronald Slatton. The courthouse was reopened shortly afterward. Now, even though they say that this substance was not harmful, it also goes on to say here in the article that 4 people complained of headaches and were taken to a hospital as a precaution, and the 3rd floor of the sprawling Fulton County Courthouse complex was evacuated. Now, let's take a look at a quick news report about this, and then we'll come back.
We are staying on top of breaking news at the Fulton County Courthouse where a suspicious package was found.
Let's get straight out live to 11 Alive's Grace King. So Grace.
We are staying on top of breaking news at the Fulton County Courthouse where a suspicious package was found.
Let's get straight out live to 11 Alive's Grace King. So Grace, what have you learned this afternoon?
Well, the Atlanta Fire Department tells us that mystery white substance found in a package delivered to the Fulton County District Attorney's Office was non-hazardous and non-toxic. But it created quite a scare here earlier at the Fulton County District Attorney's Office and the courthouse. Now, they say 4 different employees were treated for their symptoms. And the district attorney and her staff greatly appreciate the quick and effective response by Atlanta and Fulton County agencies to the scene. Now, the crews did declare that substance not poisonous, but the 4 people were complaining of headaches. They were evaluated on scene and treated for potential exposure. We still don't know what exactly that substance was, but all of them were conscious, alert, and they activated a full hazmat response. Now, of course, District Attorney Fani Willis has been involved with several high-profile cases, like the RICO trial of the rapper Young Thug and the RICO trial of President Donald Trump. There's been a lot of talk about safety and security here at the courthouse, but again, thankfully, that substance found to be non-toxic, non-poisonous, and everyone is expected to be okay. We'll keep bringing you updates as we learn more here this afternoon. Live at the Fulton County Courthouse, Grace King, 11 Alive News.
All right, Grace, thanks for that update.
Now, Slatton said that he didn't know who the letter was addressed to, only that it arrived at the district attorney's office. When asked about a motive, he said, quote, "That's for law enforcement." Now, for those of you who maybe do not know, back in 2001, shortly after the attacks of 9/11, there were these packages or letters that were sent out with anthrax. Anthrax is a highly toxic chemical that when you inhale it is almost always fatal. Okay, so this is where this whole white powder thing came into the popular consciousness back in 2001. And believe it or not, though these packages or letters were sent to different congressional offices and the offices of public personalities at the time, I believe, and y'all can double check this, I believe that the main people who were affected were like the postal carriers, because they were the ones carrying these letters, and some of them had inhaled this anthrax, and a number of people died at that time. So whenever someone gets a package with a white powder in it, of course, that causes a lot of concern, because we all remember that from, well, wow, over 20 years ago now. But it can be a very serious thing. It is not clear if anyone is investigating the incident as a potential crime. Officer Aaron Fix, a spokesperson for the Atlanta Police Department, referred comment back to Atlanta Fire Rescue. The Fulton County Sheriff's Office, which oversees courthouse security, isn't investigating. So y'all, maybe this was an incident where someone wanted to cause concern. Someone wanted to send a message. You all know that Fani has been involved in several high-profile trials, including the trial of YSL. Young Thug and his record label. Fani called them a gang. She put a RICO on them. A number of them pleaded guilty and took plea deals, and some of them are in prison right now. 2 of them took it to trial, and those trials have concluded. Fani only got 1 conviction on a gun charge. So the 2 guys who took it to trial were facing murder charges. They both beat those charges. They beat the gang charges. They beat the RICO charges. And she only got 1 conviction on a gun charge, which that defendant was sentenced to time served. And so he didn't even serve any additional jail time. So she essentially lost that case. She also has the high profile case against President Donald Trump. But as a result of her having gotten involved physically and emotionally with the special counsel that she hired, that case fell apart. Fani was removed from the case, and now she herself is under investigation and subject to all manner of hearings and legal processes as it relates to that. So while she started off going for Trump, she herself became the subject of investigation. So she lost that case as well. Okay. She does have appeals out there, but as of now, she's losing. So perhaps people out here in the world, I remember with the YSL trial, Fani received an email from somebody purportedly in Germany complaining about the prosecutor on the YSL trial. My point of telling you this is that, look, people across the world are taking notice of what's happening here in the United States. And perhaps, you know, this white powder was a message meant to scare people. And maybe somebody's upset about what they've been seeing. But I want to make a call, y'all. No violence, of course. We've seen what's been happening with the Tesla protests and people burning cars and you know, keying the cars. Look, no violence, people. Anyway, y'all, want to know what y'all have. I want to know what y'all have to say about this. How does this strike you? What is this? How does this impact you? I hope everybody in the comments will also join in the no violence call, the call for no violence. And even this, even though it was kind of a scare, still, this is not the kind of thing that we want, right? Anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think. Let me know in the comments. But before you do, please stop, hit the share button, share this story out, put in somebody's email, text message, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, or all 5. Share the video out. And also, if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. Y'all, appreciate y'all watching. Love y'all. Click on this next video. Watch this next video. It's going to take you to our other channel. Watch that video. Hit the thumbs up on that one. Subscribe to the other channel as well. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all. We'll see you back in the next one.